4.3 Phase 2 banners have finally arrived, and just like a lot of you, I wish for Raiden, but honestly, do I regret it? We meet Raiden in the Inazuma Archon quest, and the second she pulled that sword from her chest, she instantly became a fan favorite character. A lot of people swear by her. They think she's insanely overpowered, a must-pull character. Just everything about her is perfect. Other people disagree. Other people think that she isn't as OP as everyone says, that she isn't as broken or as much of a must pull, and that there's a lot of other characters that you should be pulling on instead. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, she is my favorite character in the game. The second her banner swapped over, I was wishing on it, going for C2 with the signature weapon. Honestly, that night I had the best luck of my entire life. It was insane. If you want to check out that video, it's linked in the description. But I'm going to be unbiased in this review. I'm going to be talking about my review of Raiden and how she's been so far, and also the level of impact she's had on my account. Because when we wish for a character, we want them to come to our account and instantly have an impact. We want to notice the game getting easier and just feeling better with them on it. We want them to be noticeable. Firstly, I'm going to start off with the impact she's had on my account, and then I'm going to go into my in-depth breakdown of her and review of her. Now, to describe and talk about the impact she's had on my account, I should probably show you my account. Now, I am AR56. I joined in 4.0, and I, like a lot of you back then as well, wished for the pretty armpit lady, Yelan, just an absolutely broken Hydro character, but I did not have the same luck I have now. I lost the 50-50 to Dia, or really Benchwarmer is what I call her. She's such a cool character, but just not strong at all. I then ended up getting 63 pity on that banner, and then just not wishing since. I've been playing this entire game with all 4-star characters. Let me tell you, 4-star characters are very, very good. They are the best supports, the best sub DPSs, but they are not good main DPSs. So since 4.0, I have been saving all of my wishes for characters that I really, really think are cool and that I really want on my account. Now in 4.3, as you can see, I really have no one. It's just Dia, or again, Dea. Through the free wishes I got for the standard banner, I ended up getting her C1, thankfully, because she's so good at C1, and then also getting the Emos bow. But Hoyo decided to cut me some slack. 4.3, they announced 2 of my favorite characters coming to the banners, and they were the solution to my account's big glaring problem, and that's lack of damage. Aika is one of the best DPSs in the game, so obviously when I got her, her presence was felt on my account, but it was nothing compared to the impact Raiden Shogun had on my account. She absolutely shattered it. Ayaka was great. I love Ayaka, right? This isn't slander against her. I definitely noticed her presence when I got her. She made everything so much easier. I was just cutting through enemies in the normal world when it usually took kind of a while to defeat them, and she made the Abyss so much easier, getting me to floor 12 so easily, but she could not get me past Chamber 1. She couldn't carry me. But the second I got Raiden, everything changed. Her impact was way bigger than Ayaka's, and she has just been nothing short of amazing. Instantly, Raiden proved that she can just dish a ton of damage, not just over long periods of time, but also those big one-shot numbers. First day I had her, I hit 200k, and it was completely by accident. I didn't even notice it. My friend's the one that brought it up to me. Previously, my record was 135k. Now, a day later, I hit 385k. Absolutely insane. She just dishes out so much damage, but keep in mind, I do have her C2 with her signature weapon, and that does make a difference. Now, another big area that Raiden really standed out way above Ayaka is that both of them dish a lot of damage. Both of them are super strong and really helped with that glaring problem my account had, which it clearly does not anymore. But Ayaka's kind of stuck. She's a cryo character, and as of right now, there's not a whole lot you can do with them. You have freeze teams, melt teams, and reverse melt, which is pretty much the same thing. So there's not a whole lot of different team comps you can put Ayaka in, and there's not a lot of different characters you can use with her. Raiden is a completely different story. This is Raiden's best team comp, Raiden National. It is absolutely insane. As you can tell, it's all 4 stars with her, and that's what we're going to be talking about. All of her teams are all very free to play friendly because they all are surrounded by 4 stars. Of course, you can substitute some out for the 5 stars, but she doesn't need it. She's just so good with these 4 stars. Makes it super easy if you do not have a lot of characters on your account. The different team comps you can see with her are Raiden National, her Hyper Carry team, Hyper Bloom, Aggravate or Spread or Catalyst, really, and then also Overload. And you can even sub out Chevy with Bennett or even Xiaoling with Bennett. There's a whole lot of different options with a lot of these different team comps of characters that you can sub out and mix and match and use. But again, as you can see, so many different team comps you can be used in and so much more. and they're all very free to play friendly. They're all with insane, amazing 4-stars that are all going to do very well. So if you don't have a lot of characters in your account, this could help you. To build her is also super simple and very resin efficient. You're either going to build Emblem of Severed Fate on her, which is a very resin efficient domain, or you're going to have a gilded build with EM, and that is also a very resin efficient domain, because that's also with Deepwood. That is going to be used for more like the Denjo reaction teams. If you want specific builds and what you should do and the numbers you should go for, I recommend watching a video. They go very in depth in on those builds and give you a lot of options and let you decide what you really want to do. So not only are her artifacts just amazing for her resin efficient domains, easier to build, but also she's very easy to use. Not a lot of people understand how to use her, so I'm going to give you this quick little breakdown on how to play her. Okay, so we're not going to go into crazy detail here. I'm going to give you the basics and kind of a more simple understanding of it. So really she revolves around her skill. It's pretty insane. So you press her skill and you get this circle. And as you can see, it's not lit up, it's pretty dim. Now this circle is going to do two things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to coordinate attacks with you. So anytime you slash and hit an opponent, it is also going to coordinate an electro kind of slash with you. That's going to do AoE damage, which is pretty nice. The second thing it's going to do, which is really awesome, it is going to increase your elemental burst damage. Now the way it does that is by how much it lights up. Now when you run around with her and you start doing some damage, you're going to collect energy and energy particles by doing damage on opponents, using skills, bursts, and defeating enemies. Now, the more energy you gain and collect, the more this circle is going to light up. The more it lights up, the more elemental burst damage you are going to be able to do, not just with her, but with all of your characters that have this circle on them. Now, if you swap characters, you'll see that they keep the circle on them. So they're all going to be able to take advantage of this. Also, when you activate the skill and you attack and it does a coordinated strike, it is not just with her, it's with everybody that uses the circle as well. So the more the circle's lit up, the more damage that character's burst will do. If it's lit up all the way, it will be the biggest boost it's going to give. If it's not as lit up, then it's not going to do as much damage. Now, this guy's sleeping. So as you can see, whenever we hit, you see the coordinated strike. This is with everybody, not just Raiden. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start making it fill up. As you can see, now it's full. It's at full light. So now it's going to do the biggest elemental burst damage buff. And that's when we're just going to use hers, and it's dead. So what happens is that, as you can see, it disappeared. So if you use Bennett's burst, Xiaoling's burst, Jingcho's burst, it's not going to take away from the circle's light. It's not going to remove the circle, but when you use her burst, it will. It resets the whole thing. So what you want to do is you want to start the rotation off using her skill, and then throughout the rotation, use skills, bursts, do damage, you fill up the circle, and when it's all lit, then you use Raiden's burst for the maximum damage, and then it resets and you do the whole thing again. So I talked about how she had a massive impact on my account. I noticed it immediately, and I mean, she took my account, again, a whole nother level up. But what is my review of her? Honestly, I had a big need in my account, and that was damage. She helped solve that problem completely and then some. I've been blown away with how much damage she's been able to do, but again, I have her C2 with her signature weapon. I think she's still going to do a ton of damage even at C0 with free-to-play weapons, which she has plenty of options, but just not as much, and she has just been absolutely broken, so I can imagine C0 she's still going to be very, very strong. She is also very free to play. It has been so easy to be able to create a whole bunch of teams with her because I have now a bunch of 4-stars that I'm able to use, mix and match, and create all these different teams with all these different reactions. As you could see when I was going over team comps, some of my characters weren't leveled up. I just got Kuki, I just got Kujusara, I just got Chevy. So I am leveling them up because I'm so excited to start using her on aggravate teams, on overload teams, and start testing out some of these 4-stars and seeing how she performs on those teams. But again, free to play friendly, just so easy. It was so easy to build her because she is in resin efficient domains, so they are worth grinding. And honestly, I saved the best reason for last for anyone who stayed this long, and it's because she's so hot. Let's be honest. I mean, that matters. This is a gacha game. You need to get characters because they also look cool. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, she's TVAC's #1 mommy. It's plain and simple. Everyone knows it. It's why most of us wish for her. I mean, we're just being honest. But seriously, in all honesty, what else could you want in a character? She does a ton of damage. She's very free to play friendly. She's very versatile when it comes to creating team comps and where you need to move her and adjust and all these different reactions you can make with her. She's easy to use and she has very resin efficient artifact sets. So I mean, honestly, my review of her is she's a fantastic character. If you wished and got her and you're just unsure about her, honestly, just give her some time and love, invest in her. You will be thrilled with the results you get. She's an amazing character. She's absolutely broken. If you're on the fence of wishing for her and this video really didn't entice you to get her, don't worry about it. Genshin is very good at making characters. A lot of characters in this game are amazing and great to use. I've been talking about how great these 4 stars have been all video long. 4 stars amazing, 5 stars amazing. You got to get the characters that you think are really cool, that you think are interesting and fun to play with, and that work for the reactions that you want to go for. Your playstyle, your account, we're all different. So you got to go with the characters that you're going to have the most fun with, and if it's not Raiden, that's completely fine. There's tons of great characters out there. You got to do what's going to make you happy. But the answer to the question is pretty obvious. Do I regret pulling her? Hell no. I only regret not getting her C6 with an R5 weapon, but I'm free to play. I'm not a whale, so maybe one day. Maybe one day. I couldn't be happier with her. She's amazing. I hope this review helped you guys, but that's it. Peace.